Okay, so today we're going to walk through modeling the multiple wooden sides of their automata box. And if you notice, I went ahead and I created an automata document in Onshape, and you guys should have already done this. On the bottom, you should already have your cams that you decided on for your design. And this video is going to walk you through kind of making and modeling the sides of the actual automata box. So let's go ahead and get started. If you remember, those sides were all rectangular pieces, right? And there were actually only 3 different sizes. So the first size we're going to make, I'm going to even rename this tab so I know which one that I'm making. It's going to be the 4x4 side, okay? And in order to draw it, I'm going to start a sketch. I'm going to click on this front plane. I'm going to view it straight on. I'm going to go ahead and draw a rectangle starting from the origin out. Click to make it stay. I'm going to go ahead and use the dimension tool. I'm going to dimension the height. That needs to be 4, so hit 4 and enter. I'm going to dimension the bottom, and that also needs to be 4. Why? Because again, that's one of the sizes of our sides, and again, I want to make sure that it also matches what's written on this tab. So we're actually done with the sketch. It's that simple. Finish. I'm going to create a 3D isometric view so I can see what happens. Now we need to extrude it, right? Because those blocks have a certain thickness. And when you measure them, you realize that they're about 1/4 of an inch thick. There we go. I'm going to go ahead, click green check, and there is our side. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the planes so that you can't see it, just that you're viewing that side. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the next side. So I'm going to add a new part studio again. This one, I'm going to make it the next size up, which was a 4 by 4.5. Okay, side. And even though remember that there are actually 2 of each of these, well, not the 4 by 4.5, but the 4 by 4, even though those are 2, in the actual final assembly, you only have to design one part because they're the exact same part. There's just multiple pieces in it, okay? All right, so let's again go back to, we're designing this 4 by 4.5. Create a sketch on that front plane. Similar to what I did before, rotate it. I'm going to draw a rectangle. And for this one, I'm going to dimension the height for there. That's going to be 4 inches. And then the width going this way, this is the 4.5. Bring it down so you can see it. Finish sketch. I'm going to go ahead and rotate so I can see it in 3D. And I don't really even need to visualize these planes anymore. Now I need to extrude it. Click on the shape that I want to extrude. It needs to be 1/4 of an inch deep. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're now going to add another part studio. And on this part studio, we are going to rename this one our final size, which is a 4 by 5 side. Okay, there we go. I'm going to create a sketch on that front plane again, view it on the front, draw a rectangle. Once I draw that rectangle, I'm going to go ahead and dimension the height. The height is 4. And now I'm going to dimension the width, and this one is 5. Now bring it down, finish that sketch. I need to extrude it. I want to make sure it's doing it correctly, so I'm going to click on it. I'm going to change that dimension to be 0.25, just like all the other ones. Why? Because that is the actual dimension of the parts that you guys have and that you'll receive, okay? Finish the sketch. I'm going to turn off these visible planes so that you're left with just that side.